What's up, YouTubers? Making a video on today's scores. I know everybody's probably started watching my video that I had posted earlier about the green light car that I found. The NCIS green light Hollywood collectible ones with the chase piece being the green wheels and the green base. I don't know if you can see real good in this video using my Samsung phone. Scored this one today at a HEB plus on the pegs, as you can see in my earlier video. So I was pretty happy to find this one. This is my first green light chase piece that I've scored, so I was pretty excited about that. Also walked into a Dollar Tree, and today, so I'm calling it Super Monday. Found one of my treasure hunts, the 69 Chevelle SS 396, and this is has the base, the non-base, which doesn't have the pink windows like some others do. I have another one that does have the pink windows. Now this one doesn't, but there's two variations to this, so I scored that one today. The next one, I'm trying to give a little quick story. I can try to not make it so boring, but I've been collecting here heavily since like December. Ran into a guy that was nice enough at one of the dump bins before I even knew what treasure hunts and supers were. Ran into him at a dump bin and I asked him what he was looking at, and actually he was nice enough to explain it to me. Let me know, how to differentiate between a regular car at the time or a hidden or supervised car, to how to be able to tell the difference between non and one that was. So I'd like to say thanks to him. He's the one that one of the two guys that got me into collecting. I was there with my wife, and he sat there and took the time to explain it to me. Well, the car that he showed me was, at the time, he didn't have one there at the dump bin, but he explained to me was a purple Falcon that was the supervised one. So he explained to me how he had one already. He was trying to look for a second one and how to tell the difference on it. I'm pretty sure if you've been collecting, you already know. So I want to say thanks to him. He was actually able to kind of push me into collecting, which I'm glad I did. After talking to him 3 days later, after doing some searching, I found my first treasure hunt, which was the 69, the Dodge Super Bee, the Coronet, the hidden one. So I was pretty excited to do that after 3 days finding, and then since then I've found the Chevelle, the Mustang, and a couple other cars as well. So I was pretty excited. Today I walked into a Target, my local Target. They didn't have anything, and they haven't put out anything in the last three weeks or so. So I was kind of pretty bummed out about that, and then I had to go to work, so I drove, and I actually had to go on the other side of town, which I knew there was a Target in that area. So I walked in. There was about 5 or 6 employees putting some cars out. Walked over to the Hot Wheels section. They didn't have anything freshly pegged. Was just about to walk out as I saw them putting some cars out, or about to put a case of cars out. It was on the pallet, but I couldn't tell what was the case code on there because it was being blocked. So I hung out for a few minutes, didn't ask if they could put them out. There was about 5 or 6 employees, so I didn't want to bug them as they were working. But I did hang out for a little bit. Saw him walk over and cut open the case and start putting it out. Walked over and actually started talking to him, kind of just shooting the bull, if you want to say. Started talking, turned out pretty cool guys. Talked about Hot Wheels and talked about how he had some collectibles and that Hot Wheels weren't collectible anymore. So I let him give his little talk. And I saw him when he opened the case. I saw at the very top, which was the Ford GT, which is my third Ford GT that I've found. One that I've already given in a trade for some other cars. So this is the one that I saw at the top. So I was kind of somewhat excited, somewhat bummed, because I knew I already had this car, or actually had one but had given it away. But I was kind of excited because I found it. I don't want to say the word bum because I know a lot of people love finding these, and which I was excited to find it. but the car that I was looking for was the one that corresponds to this one. And I saw him peg it. And just as he was pegging it, he was just saying, what's funny was he was saying that Hot Wheels they didn't have any collectibles anymore, which was pretty ironic. So he pegged this one, then pulled out a regular Falcon, pulled out a Falcon and hung it up on top. And just as I was kind of trying to go to the other side of him, because I was trying to let him finish filling up all the cars that came out of the case, I saw him peg this one, which is right on top of the Ford GT. So saw him peg this one. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know how to contain myself while he was pegging it. Didn't want to seem too anxious. He didn't even notice it, which is awesome. I know a lot of people are pro and against and not against about having these. I think it's great. I think it's pretty awesome because it makes you have to look for the cars, unless you know, that's what the hunt is about. Not every time are you going to go into a store and be able to find a car. I know a lot of people get upset they can't, but that's why they're called hunts, because you're not just going to walk in and find it. You actually got to hunt for it, which I actually enjoy the chase, the hunt. It's pretty cool to be able to do this, especially for dollar cars. I mean, this is a cheap hobby coming from racing, spending a lot of money on motors and breaking car parts. This is definitely a cheaper hobby. So I was really ecstatic to be able to find both the Ford GT and the superized Ford Falcon. And my son was definitely ecstatic. I sent him a picture. He just about passed out because he's been searching for this one forever, asking me, Dad, when we're going to find the Super Falcon? When are we going to find the Super Falcon? I told him to have some patience and persistence, and it would pay off. So I was pretty excited to be able to find this for him, to go to his collection, because these are going to be for his collection. So I found this, and then when I got home this evening, I had a couple of boxes waiting for me of some trades that I did, and I had gotten this one on a trade. Been looking for it forever. Haven't been able to find it, which is the 57 Chevy 2011 T-Hunts. Now this is on an international card. I do keep some of these carded, most of them. Like I said, I'm just getting into collecting, but I did notice a lot of people are real particular about international or US. I personally don't really care. To me, the car is the car. Go ahead and give me a comment at the bottom, and maybe want to explain to me what's the difference. Is there any kind of difference, or is it just a personal preference? But like I said, I don't really care. To me, it's about the car, not what packaging it's on. I do keep them carded. Some of them, most of them he does open up, but I do keep them carded for the most part. But this is my Super Monday collection of these cars, along with this one here. Try to put them all on top so you can kind of see them. These right here, trying to use my phone, along with the NCIS car. So let me know what you think about this video, about my scores today. Hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I will have another video coming up here pretty soon about error cars that I found over the weekend thanks to my wife. So I appreciate it, and happy collecting.